everyone, and welcome to episode 11, but the first episode of our new name, Stitchin Mommas. My name is Shyla.
I'm Heather.
And you can find us on Raverly under the new name, and I'll put our names underneath for where you can follow us on Instagram as well. So tell me about how you got started with crafting.
Well, my mom and my grandma actually got me started on crocheting, and I kind of did that for a while. And then when I hit college, I kind of quit doing it for a long time and picked it up again a few years ago and started trying to teach myself by watching YouTube videos and
that's how I did it.
Going to yarn fests and going to the little tutorial things that they had there. And then I decided to switch and go to knitting, so I kind of started doing that a little bit, and I just kind of go back and forth between the two, and yeah.
You crochet a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
I only do blankets, and the blanket I'm knitting, my oldest right now, it started to fall apart in the middle of the granny square. There's two squares now that's got a giant hole in it. I have no idea how it's falling apart, because I usually just tie the ends and weave them in, so the yarn's not working in my favor right now. So, you guys know about me. I'm a self-taught knitter, and I got serious last year. I knit 3 sweaters in a month and a half right before Christmas, and I've kind of gotten addicted since then. That was probably like August, when I started seriously knitting, and here I am. I'm probably on my 5th sweater right now. So we're going to show you what we're working on, and we'll just go from there. So do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right, I'll show you what I'm working on. I've picked up my Tucker sweater, and we're not agreeing with each other right now. I've attached the sleeves. Last week I only had part of one sleeve, and I'm at the point where I get to decrease and start the cabling that's right on the yoke, and this is how far I am. But the way the pattern's written, I don't know what to do next, so when I go to knit night on Monday, I'm going to ask for a second opinion. But yeah, that's where I'm at. It's going okay. I mean, I started knitting this again, and then now it's rainy and foggy, and it's not going to snow for a while, so at least it'll be ready for the next time it snows. So
yeah, which will probably be in a week.
Yeah, who knows with Wyoming. All right.
I am working on crocheting around some flip-flops. I saw the idea on Pinterest, and I fell in love with it. And you basically just take regular flip-flops, and I got mine at Walmart for like 98 cents. And then you just do a single crochet around the band, and it is not that easy. And there really are not any tutorials on YouTube, unfortunately, how to do it. So yeah, that's been interesting trying to figure that out. And then you have to crochet a little piece to go across top. And this is the pattern I found for this one that I liked. And unfortunately, it's not wide enough. I'm going to have to make it wider because you have to sew it on when you're all done, but it's kind of leaving a little gap on the sides there, so that's gonna have to be make it.
I wonder if you blocked it, it would be a little bit wider. You washed it, blocked it.
Yeah,
you'll have to do your own video.
Yeah, I've thought about doing that,
to show other people how you do that, because I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah,
I don't wear many flip flops, and I've got one pair, and it's like 10 years old.
Yeah.
And like the sandals I really liked, I bought last year for like $5 at Target, and they're falling apart, so I'm gonna take some super glue and fix the tip of them. Because I'm like, I can't really buy myself shoes right now, but
yeah,
I'm just wearing flip flops.
I gotcha. Yeah, there's so many cool ideas I found on Pinterest. Excuse me. And I'm more of a visual learner, so me reading patterns is really, I struggle with that.
Yeah.
So I go to YouTube, but there's not enough videos. On there. There really isn't.
I get you on that.
Yeah, and this was a fun project I made this winter. It was my favorite one. I crocheted some fingerless gloves that I absolutely love. They are pretty sweet.
I like the stitch on that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's I think a shell where you your single crochet, and then you do five
in
double,
one.
crochets into one. So
I don't know if I've learned that one yet, but it's easier for me to pick up knitting than crochet.
Yeah.
So then crochet, I've got to what do I do now?
Yeah.
So that's why I've been putting off the blanket. All right. Is it in this one? It's in this one. I've been working on my 3-color cashmere shawl after I was working on my Tucker sweater. I'm like, I've had enough. I had to
looks with that.
on my Tucker sweater, I had to rip back in the short row section because it's shaping it to be higher in the back and lower in the front. So I had to rip back 2 rows, and that's like several hundred stitches. Well, then last night I was working on this. I was much further on this, and then I, for some reason, was doing the garter tab wrong. And I couldn't figure out why. So on one side it was ending up messed up. So I ripped it out last night. That's like over 300 stitches I ripped out last night, and I had to pick them up. As my kids are going to bed, I'm like, all right, come say goodnight to me. I was like, I can't get up. So I figured out what I was doing wrong, but I started on it again. And this is, what yarn is this? Oh, Nerd Shop that I got from Yarn Fest. And the pink is all sparkly. And
love it.
I just started on the repeat for, I just ended the first repeat on this section. It's just pearls in between each stitch, but I'm really liking it.
That's really pretty.
I should be done soon. This was going to be, I was knitting this along with the grocery girls, and then I got busy with selling the house, and I haven't done anything, so it's actually super soft. I don't know what that is. It's random string. So yeah, that's this. Not much to say about it. I was about here last week on that section, so I've gotten a little bit done. It takes a lot longer to do each row than it did before as it's growing bigger and bigger. So yeah, that's that one.
I love how we have all the nerdy accessories to go along with Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm drinking coffee in my, I think it's cracked in the top somewhere. Cause now it's
it
all,
looks like it's got moisture in it.
Yeah.
Aww.
And I don't stick it because I don't have a dishwasher yet. I just hand wash it, so I must have dropped it and it's cracked somewhere at the top, but it's not moving, so. Yeah, I'm late. We're doing our podcast today at the library, and I'm late. I'm the person who is constantly late to everything, so I'm not so well put together. I'm like, oh, I haven't made coffee yet. I need coffee. So I had to make coffee before I left, but that's living in my BB-8 bag, and I bought a whole bunch of this fabric at Joann's, and it's messed. The wording is messed up. It's spelled wrong right here. It's supposed to be Astromech Droid, and it says Stromech Droid on it. So
weird.
I don't know if they know that, and I think it should be discounted.
There you go. Exactly.
But I've already got like two yards of it, so I'm like, I don't know if I could say that now.
Yeah. Oh, I have my yarn I got at Yarn Fest.
Yeah, show that. I've already showed all mine, so. And I'm on a yarn diet right now. My husband won't let me buy any yarn until after we sell the house, until we're into our new house, so. It's going to be kind of boring for me.
We ended up going to the same Yarn Fest. We met right before it, and she went the day before I did.
Yeah.
Which is probably a good thing, because we probably would have spent way more money if we would have went together.
That's true. I mean, my card did get declined when I was there, so I'm like, next year I'm going cash. But we also have, there's that Wool Fest. And where's that at?
Isn't it Estes?
Estes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to that one.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I told my husband I want to go and we should go camping, and then I'll just go and he can stay with the kids.
There you go. Yeah, okay, so this one is my favorite one. It's Mermaid, I think is just what the title was, and it was by Western Sky Yarns. Love this. I wish I would have bought a bunch more of it, actually.
Yeah, that's the one. Was that the one I really want?
Yeah, you were regretting that you didn't buy it.
Yeah, and I've been looking at her shop, and she doesn't have any online.
So Western Sky, if you're listening, please put some more of that yarn on your store. And then this one was another one from Western Sky. This one is Stardust. And I don't know if you can really see on there, but it actually has sparkles in it. I love it. It's so pretty. I kind of went with a blue and purple theme. I noticed after
I
I
went
got
a lot with mint green and gray and turquoise.
Oh, yeah. And this one was by Daryl. Or wait. Dyed by Daryl Yarns. I really love this one. It's super soft. I have to figure out what. It's
It's
80%.
It's a lace weight. It's super soft.
Yes.
And it's merino and silk. 80% merino, 20% silk.
Yeah, and I love it because the colors gradually go into one another on it. I think I should totally figure out how to do that shawl with the skulls in it.
Oh yeah,
with that yarn.
I found a shawl with TARDISes in it, and it's just
that'd be so cool.
I gotta find the right yarn for it because it's gotta be the right blue.
Nerd Girl Yarn has TARDIS yarn on there.
See,
I think it was Exploding TARDIS. Maybe was the name of it.
Oh, for when the Van Gogh one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, we'll have to learn how to do that. Yeah, this is another dyed by Daryl yarn, and there's tons of sparkles throughout it. Lots of them.
And that's our worsted weight, it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
She got lots of sparkly yarn. I only got one.
I did. And another sparkly yarn dyed by Daryl.
I don't know if I ever saw that booth when I was there.
It was, when you first walk in, you go clear towards the back corner, and it was, so there's the corner right there, and then the booths right here was this one, not the one that was the very last one.
Yeah.
So,
I spent way too much at Yarn Fest, and at least I know this time to use cash, so
yeah.
I'm gonna start saving some money for the Wool Fest in Estes. That'll be fun. So, I have to show you guys something. Where is it? I haven't really worn my sweater in a while just because it's been really warm out, and now it's like super foggy and rainy. Oh, here it is. I haven't washed it yet. I haven't done much with it besides wear it, but I dropped a stitch. I'm like, how did that happen, and how did I get, like, this is at the top at the yoke, and I'm like, how did I get all the way down here, and it did not just, like, rip through? So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to just take an extra string and tie it in the back. So I'm like, that's really weird, just right in the middle.
That's crazy.
And there's no yarn behind here. Where's it at? So yeah. I carried right through it. I didn't even pick it up. I somehow dropped it. I'm like, alright, I've worn it like a dozen times and it hasn't done anything with it, so it's starting to kind of, what is it called? Felt, I guess, when the ends are at least, or felting. I haven't done anything with it, so yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm still really liking it. The collar doesn't bug me at all because I was supposed to pick up more for the short rows. And there's like 20 short rows in a row to do it, and I only did like 10. So now the collar just sticks up. So I'm like, it looks different. It already looks different from everyone else that did it at the yarn shop.
See, there you go. Totally unique. No one has the same one as you.
And I didn't complete it in time for the Knitbot fashion show on Instagram, so that's okay. So yeah, that's all that I've been working on. It's only been a week. Yeah, it's been a week since last time. I haven't picked up my pasture shawl at all, or pasture sweater. It still looks the same. My son has gotten into this. Oh, I did wind up the second ball. I'm going to pull it out.
I love that yarn. So pretty.
My ball winder and my Swift aren't at the right angle for each other. They're like at an angle. They're supposed to be straight across.
Yeah.
So in the middle of it's tangling a lot. So I'm going to undo it all. And this yarn, I don't know if it was me, but I have never unwound this yarn from the hank. It was so tangled. I probably spent 30 minutes untangling it, and I had to undo it by hand, and I wrapped it around my chair, like the arms of my desk chair, and then I wound it up on the Swift, and then put it on the thing, but it still messed up, so I'm going to spend another 30 minutes doing that.
That's no fun.
So I'm like, what am I doing wrong? So
I still need to get a ball winder because this thing was a nightmare. I thought I could do it on my own.
Do it by hand, like a centerfold? Or do you
Well,
just do it in a ball?
I found a really cool idea on Pinterest, and it works perfect, especially with bigger yarns where you take an empty toilet paper
Oh, yeah.
tube and you stick your yarn inside of it and then hold it, and then you wind it around it, and then you just pull the tube out when you're done. Well, that did not go so smooth with this one. It was 2 days of it getting tangled up and my kids trying to play in it and untangling it and winding it.
This is like over 400 yards of bulky weight
God.
yarn, and I wound it by hand, and I somehow got it to do a center pull. But this is the second ball, and I got 3 balls for this sweater. And I'm not going to use a third ball, so I might have to ask Chris if I can exchange it for a different color and make another sweater in like a gray color. So I'm like, what am I going to do with like over 400 yards of this bulky weight? Yeah, it's a ton. I'm like, it called for like over 1,000 yards of yarn. I'm like, well, I'm not going to use it all, so we'll see. But yeah, you can come over to my house and use mine.
Okay, I just might do that.
I just haven't figured out how to use it correctly. I did want to show off my, what's this called? African market basket. And I know a bunch of yarn shops sell them around the world. And this is mine. And it's like a purplish maroon color. Yeah. And then yellow in the middle with a leather handle. And I got this because my son, I like to stash my projects above my couch. And then when I walk away, my son gets on the couch and he rips everything out of my bags and my needles. So I got this basket, I put everything in it. And then when I walk away, I just pick up the basket and like hide it. So yeah, that's my new purchase, and I'm really liking it. I told my husband I only paid $10 for it, which is a lie because I used half cash, and then I paid only $10 on the card. And he was like, "Oh, that's a good deal," and it wasn't. It was like $26. So I got away with that one, but I told him I might get another one. They have one like a pink or purple color, but it's like a mystery every time they get them in because it's like they just send a bunch in. But I like it because these baskets are fair trade. They pay the women that make them like a fair amount of money.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But yeah.
Awesome. I think this week I'm going to finally make the nerdy crochet hooks. For all of you that haven't known me before, I'm a huge, huge nerd.
I'm a little bit of a nerd. She's probably a way bigger of a nerd. She's going to Comic-Con next week, which is here in China. It's the first year. And I don't think we're going to go. I might have to talk my husband to it. But she likes to dress up.
I do.
I haven't yet. I really want to, but my sewing skills for like clothes are not great. So I did make my daughter's 1 year, it was 2 years ago, her costume. And she was Rosalina. And I even made a little Luma. I still had a stuffing for another one.
That's awesome.
And then I made my daughter a cape for Anna, and that was the best one because it turned out perfect. But the dress that I made for my oldest did not turn out very well. It was super tight in the arms, and the stitching isn't very well, so I really need a serger.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. I might know someone who might have one, so I might ask him. Because Cheyenne used to have a, what was it called, a makerspace. Or you could do woodworking, sewing, and beading, and all the stuff in this space, but we didn't get enough people interested in it, so it closed after like 6 months.
That's a bummer.
So he's got all this equipment left over from this space, so I might ask him if he still has the server. I'm like, can I have that? Because I almost donated my button press to it. I spent like $100 on this big button press. It's like all cast iron.
Oh, man.
And I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
So I still have it. I might have a use for that in my new shop. So.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna make the crochet hooks. You take, I think it's polymer clay. You bake it in the oven.
Oh yeah.
So you have to take metal hooks. Don't use the plastic ones because you actually have to bake it. And you can actually make them look like the wands from Harry Potter, lightsabers, the supersonic screwdriver from Doctor Who. So who knows what I may make this week. Hopefully it turns out good. It may just look like a blob on the end of the crochet hook.
Yeah, that's with my sewing machine. This one did not turn out worthy of giving away because my bobbin was like messed up, and I was like messing with it. I'm like, I did something and it's working now. I'm like, it's working. But yeah, me and sewing doesn't go very well, so I'm like always messing up and ripping out.
Yeah,
So
I'm slowly getting there. I yell at my sewing machine a lot less than I did a few weeks ago. Still have moments though, but
I'm that person that will try something new and then not know what I'm doing and just do it anyways. Kind of like quilting. I made one of my younger sisters a quilt for her graduation present like 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what I was doing. I just went into it, and then I just kind of went from there, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm just going to do it anyways, so. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, I haven't had caffeine yet today, and I put like 10 ounces into this, and then I added like 2 ounces of almond milk in it, and now it's not as hot as I want it to be. But I'm like, I'm going to need some more coffee, but I'm drinking... What is that coffee from Laramie called? It's local coffee, but it's not as good as coffee that's like organic, fair trade, shade grown, because it's got like a weird aftertaste to it. Have you noticed that? I notice when I'm drinking regular coffee, it leaves a weird aftertaste to it, like a chemical leave.
Yeah.
But if I get like organic, shade grown or whatever, it doesn't taste like that. It must just be me, because I'm weird like that.
I'll have to try some. That's crazy. Mine's from Paramount iced coffee. It's amazing, and it's fully loaded and caffeinated. And
I haven't tried that. I was going to go, awesome. But I did today because I was running late.
Yeah. It's only $1.75 for this bad boy, which is even better.
Yeah.
Cheap coffee is the best.
So yeah, that's all I'm working on.
Yeah, that's all I have for today. Yeah.
Yeah. Last time I hadn't been on a while, so I just talked on and on. I'm like, whoops, I talked too long. Yeah, and plus the stress of the house. Oh, an update. We are going to have to pay for the attic repairs, which is like $5,000. And I'm lucky it doesn't come out of pocket. It comes out of our equity that we've gained from the house. So, and it still sucks because we had planned on paying off my husband's car with some of that money.
Yeah.
So now we don't know what we're doing. We might just pay off credit cards, which isn't a lot, but it'll still be good to have some paid off.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. My husband, this might be too much information, but I might share it. My husband will not let me sign onto the house. He won't put my name on it because I made some bad choices with my credit. It's not as good as my husband's. And I'm like, that's fair. I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can't wait. There's like 3 weeks until we move. So,
it's coming up fast.
It is. I haven't really done anything for packing. Yeah. I'll be happy when it's over. Yeah. But, I mean, the house will be completely done with the inside of it in probably about a week, because then we have to get it, what's it called, when you go get it valued.
Oh my gosh. Why can't I think of it?
Wow. Anyways, we're paying someone from the bank to come look at the house to make sure it's valued the right price, which it probably is because the bank is selling it anyways. So, yeah, our house hasn't gotten valued yet from the seller, so I don't know. Apparently, I did learn that you're not allowed to know what your house is valued at unless you pay for it yourself. So if it's crazy. Over the amount, we won't get to know. But if it's under, we get to start over from square one and redo another contract. So I hope they do it soon because the moving date's coming up. But there's 2 houses in our neighborhood that came up for sale. And it's one behind us because we live in a neighborhood filled with churches. There's like 4 in our neighborhood.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
There's one behind us, and then right next to that church is a house, and when you buy this house, you get the apartment behind it in the alleyway. They're selling it for way more, like double than our house. And then there's one like on the corner next to this other church across the street, and they're selling it for like way more than our house. I'm like, did we put our house too low? And I'm like, I feel like this house on the corner isn't as nice as ours, but ours still, it doesn't have an updated kitchen, but I'm like, well, I guess we'll find out when the house is valued, so. Yeah. Don't buy a house. Don't jump into buying a house, because my husband was like talking for a week. He's like, yeah, I think we're going to look at a new house and buy it. And I'm like, okay, it'll happen like later on this year. No. 2 days later, he sells the house, and I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't feel like we've really talked about this. Anyways, we've shared everything. Do you have anything to share?
No.
I get rambly when I'm nervous.
Yeah. I do sometimes too.
Or upset, like last week. I rambled on forever about my house. Yeah, I just wanted to cry when I came back.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess we're gonna go.
Yeah.
27 minutes. That's a lot less than when it's just me. Thank you guys for watching. Any new and current subscribers, I will put up show notes in the group, and I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend and happy knitting, and bye.